Good morning from Coldwater Homestead. This video is a kind of a recap of this past weekend get together, as well as I want to say thank you. So let's start with the thank you. So I was given this box here last night by a friend of mine um, who acquired it uh, from a friend of his that is a local here in our community where I live. And it's literally a box of saved seeds that date back into the 80s. Like this here, this is orange cosmos that were saved on 10/1/2001. Um, but there's all kinds of herbals. There is echinacea, white echinacea, which is one that I don't think I have personally. But what's really special about this is that this was all grown and harvested within less than a quarter mile from my personal residence and where I am, uh, which makes these hardened seeds to our zone. Know they can be grown here, and for him to bring this to me and give this to me, it's a really special thing. It's one of those things that you don't find very often anymore. And being able to preserve and pass down. I know that the gentleman was in his 90s before he moved out of his house that had all of this. And he had some of the most beautiful gardens, fruit trees, blueberries. I mean, just absolutely gorgeous property, and took very good care of it. And to have his flowers and herbals and stuff passed down through friendship to me, I am beyond grateful. And to the individual that gave this to me, thank you, truly. Thank you. Move on to this past Sunday. We did the herbalism chat slash forum. One of the things that did that day is I made this tincture. It's a white cedar tincture that now go on the shelf to age and absorb the nutrients. Give you a little information about why I chose the white cedar tincture. This book here is one I would highly recommend. It's Peterson's Field Guide to Medicinal Plants and Herbs. Great illustrations, abundance of knowledge. It's just a good resource to have on your shelf, so that if you can't get information anywhere else, physical books are really important. Like I said in my last video about that class we were doing, building a library. So I'm just going to read you some benefits of white cedar real quick as a tincture form, because you can do topicals, you can do teas with it. There's other things that you can get just from the white cedar tree. But being that I made a tincture with it, I want to tell you a little bit about what the tincture will be able to be used for. The leaf tincture was used externally on warts, hemorrhoids, ulcers, bed sores, fungus infections, which if you've ever dealt with older individuals, I've been a caregiver for an awful long time to my parents, and before my father passed away, there was times where there was issues with breakdown of skin, because when you're not moving and you're sitting, they call that a bed sore. This is something that can help with healing that bed sores. Those are some of the external uses for the tincture. Internal uses of a leaf tincture was used for bronchitis, asthma, coughs, fevers, scurvy, rheumatoidism, enlarged prostate, and urinary incontinence. So those are just some basics. And I guess with herbal medicines, it's good to have a it's good to be able to make things like this, but you want purposes of why you're making these things. You know, I don't have any issues currently with prostate, but prostate is definitely something that I've been doing more and more research on because most men suffer from that uh, enlargement. And this is a possibility that if I can't get drugs and I can't get modern medicine anymore in my life, that this could potentially stave off a problem in the future. I take several tinctures a day. Primarily, I've been in a lot of accidents. I've had a lot of injuries over the years, and the inflammation uh, can be a real problem as you age. Dad always says it doesn't get any better. Uh, so I take tinctures that are helping with inflammation. There's two in particular ones that I use, uh, but it's it's just ways of looking at being healthy alternatively. Uh, so I mean, I've even created a personal book of my own remedies and recipes of the things that I make. I mean, I do cough syrups, I do tinctures, salves, there's infused oils. There's a lot of things when it comes to this. And if there's interested, feel free to comment. I will be happy to do another Sunday afternoon when it's talking about herbalism. I am going to be doing something this Sunday between 12 and 2 again. I will be putting out a video probably later today. It'll be somewhere 4 to 5 o'clock. I'll put the video out on what this weekend's topic is going to be about. And then I pretty much planning on doing these Sunday 2-hour little forums, chats, pretty much every week, moving forward, at least through the spring, maybe into the summer. I can tell you 2 weeks from now, I will be putting out what I plan to be talking about is going to be communications and local communications, more of a, as things are getting worse, how we can, as neighbors, potentially supporting each other and being able to communicate in order to support each other if things are not going well. I know my local community, they've started some community watches, and there's definitely been an uptick in external break-ins, cars, things like that, primarily. So 2 weeks from now, on the 17th, is when I will be doing that, and I'll release a video specifically talking more about what I'm going to be going over. But please comment if you would like more information on the herbalism. If you'd like more, you'll see the video later today about what I'm doing this weekend. If there's topics that you're interested in, there's a lot of different things that I do. My YouTube channel is young, but I do a lot of food preservation and canning, and that's going to be a focus moving forward. Even now, I can year round. It's not like I just wait for my summer harvest to come in and can. Right now, this is a great time of year because you're warming up your house while you're canning. And if anybody's interested in that, feel free to write in the comments, and I'll put together a Sunday where maybe we can do canning of meats, because that I think is very important, and going over the process and seeing how it's done. Some of the things that I've always talked about is when you look at your pantry and what you are putting into your pantry and how you rotate and utilize. We live every day utilizing what we put away and rotating it through. We don't grow all of our own foods. I have store-bought stuff because it's very hard to actually be completely self-sustaining. But I try very hard to grow and raise so that I know what's in my foods, most of what we eat. So if you're interested, feel free to comment, like, subscribe, share, and I'll catch you in the next video later this afternoon. Have a good day from Coldwater Homestead.